What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 80 of the Maple-Baum podcast. Mark, how the hell are you doing, man?
Well, folks, much like a 90s sitcom, there's funny episodes, but this is a very special episode of the Maple Podcast. It's going to get serious. It's going to be like that special episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Roseanne, where the laugh track is not totally laughing all the time. It gets kind of serious, gets kind of mellowed down. It makes you think a little bit about the problems. We're going to be talking about Jordan Quattlebaum. He got admitted a few weeks ago, and we're going to talk to him about that and how it can help you as well. It's going to be a very special episode of the Maple Podcast. Some of you guys might think it's funny. It might be even awkward funny. And I understand how you are. I laugh at screwed up shit all the time. Anyway, listen to this podcast. Hopefully it helps you out. And it starts right goddamn now.
Yeah! What the
That's not autistic!
Yeah, guys, he's still pointing. And this also, believe it or not, this was almost 2 months ago, not a few weeks ago. It was early March that I was admitted, and yeah, it was a crazy time. I have a bit about it. You guys can watch it on my YouTube. It's doing numbers. But yeah, it happened. Oops.
It should happen. It happens to the best of us, Our guy, Jordan Quattlebaum, he got a little stressed out. He had a lot of anxiety. He's been struggling with anxiety during most of his life, and he started thinking things. He started planning things, and luckily he had to admit to a few others that he was planning those things, and he had to get admitted. What were you planning, or when were you planning to see God?
Yes, I was. So, to be clear to everyone, this is very weird, by the way. So we're comedians. We're gonna have jokes and stuff, but just know
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm here to help you out. And
I just don't want people, because I know you know me, and I don't want people to be like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it's done and over. It's fine.
Question: before we do this very special episode of the Maple-Baum, what was your favorite special episode back in the day of 90s sitcoms?
When you brought up when you brought up the Fresh Prince one, I always
his dad leaving him.
I just always think about when he starts crying and goes, "How come no one want me, man? How come no one want me, man?" But
I'm telling you, these very special episodes of 90s sitcoms were low-key my
the piano,
funniest episodes.
And it has like a clarinet. Oh, it's like or the Full House with Jesse, and he goes, "When does it stop hurting? I always think it's gonna stop, but it just hurts." And then you just get that little bling. They always go in for a hug, and they just hold until it fades to black. Every time. All of them.
Do they tell the audience not to say anything during that time? There was a few ahs, and then sometimes they tell them don't do anything during those times.
Just imagine Mark being the only one in the crowd that's like, ah! And then they had to kick you out.
My favorite special episode was of Roseanne. When John Goodman and Roseanne fought with each other, and they really got into a good tussle. And I always remember the time when John Goodman, he flipped the table and he told Roseanne,
"Oh my God, I do remember that.
You're nothing but a selfish bitch." And he flipped it over and shit. And then Roseanne grabbed a Godzilla doll and flung it into the TV set. They had a really good brawl during that time.
I don't know if you remember this. I think another podcast, like comedy podcast, talked about this, but I remember this so vividly. Do you remember? This was a commercial for Home Improvement, and one of their kids was like diagnosed with cancer, and it's like coming this Saturday. I don't want to die, Dad. I don't want to die. Home Improvement gets real, or some shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it went from to like, I have cancer.
The very special episodes were my favorites because everything got awkward, and they told the audience they turned off that fucking cue applause or laughter light, and everything got silent and weird. That's when the real shit happens, people.
Yeah. I guess so. This is that episode. So get
It's
ready,
that
folks.
episode.
Why don't no one love me, man?
I don't know what do
That's
you
what I
mean.
said,
Look,
and then I got admitted.
so you got kind of serious. You were thinking about things.
Okay,
You didn't do
so
any hesitation marks, yeah?
uh
You were planning things, yes?
yeah, actively God, yeah, I never really saying it out loud before. So just to specify, I've suffered with depression, anxiety my whole life. Been the last 2 years I've been introduced to medications and stuff like that. Um I had a very shitty psychiatrist who I
They don't
honest
care, by the way. Most
I'm getting
psychiatrists
to
don't
that,
care.
and I'm not gonna name names, of course, because just in case for legal shit. But this, I honestly blame that admission mostly on my psychiatrist because
Mm.
I was getting progressively worse with my depression, and we didn't know what was going on. So I was like, hey, because they were giving me like, I couldn't tell you, fluoxetine or whatever. They have weird ass names. So then they're like, we should put you on Zoloft. And everyone's like,
Mm.
be careful with Zoloft, dude. It's fucking no joke. And they
Big
were,
time side effects with that one.
so that's what sent me off the deep end, was because I was starting to take the Zoloft. I think I started at 50 milligrams, which is a lot, kind of, to start off on. And then after a few weeks of that, that's when it started to get worse and worse. And I was like, hey, I feel like shit. I've been having suicidal thoughts. It's getting bad. And my doctor's like, you need 100 milligrams, and just jumps me to 100 milligrams. And I'm not even done. A few more weeks go by, and I'm feeling crazy. Like, I'm hurting myself. All this stuff. It's bad. And I'm like, I'm feeling terrible. Like, And he goes, you need to be on 150 milligrams.
See, okay, I will say, okay, so I've seen Jordan during this time, and he was a little aloof. He was a little bit to himself. He wasn't quite himself.
The best
Uh,
way I can say it is I was zoinked. That's the best
you
way
were
I could say.
you were zoinked, but Jordan is always the most heavily prepared comic that I know. So he's definitely writing out his sets and making sure he's going to go on stage. But before he got on, he seemed a little different, a little aloof, and I don't want to pry into him too much. So I kind of just let him be. Obviously, during other times, it was more a little bit more different than that. So you were zoinked, and so your psychiatrist
Mm.
doctor decided to up the grams on you, which is not the best thing for everybody
Mind
because
you, this is from
doctors and
January.
psychiatrists don't really care
This
sometimes.
upping was from because they call it suicidal ideation. It's when you're having the thoughts but you're not acting upon them. This was in late December. So they were like, we need to do something about it. So starting in January, they had me starting the Zoloft. Mind you, I got admitted beginning of March. So he got me up to the 150 milligram mark. And I'm
This
like,
isn't THC, everybody. This is
no.
Zoloft.
So literally, the insomnia was crazy. I literally was. You can ask my fiance. I was so overly emotional to everything. Like I can't. I'm trying to think of an example. Like, oh god, I'm trying to think. It could be as bad as like I'm watching a TV show and a kid gets bullied and I just start crying because I'm like, you didn't fucking deserve that shit. That's me, some shit. Why no one love
Yeah,
me, man? Like that shit. Like it was
yeah.
bad. And then finally, once I got to that 150, all that stuff, I was actively thinking of ways of like how I'm going to do this. And I'm like, this is bad. This is bad. So I told him again. I was like, hey, this is da 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 da. He goes, okay, let's get you off of it. So when people get you off of antidepressants and stuff, usually it takes weeks. You have to like slowly pace yourself. They go down. So I was at 150. They'd be like, for 1 week, do 100. The next week, 75. Or months sometimes. He
Yeah.
goes, tomorrow, start taking 100. The next day, start taking 50, and then the next day, stop taking it. The day that I stopped taking it, that's when I got admitted.
No, boy. Okay, so he didn't wean you off. It was more like
Yes.
he didn't wean you off. It just went kablamo, which is not exactly how you should wean off somebody. It was Zoloft. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Zoloft.
And Zoloft is a hardcore one that not a lot of people should be prescribed on. So he didn't wean you off. He told you more or less within 4 days cut cold turkey. Really, honestly. Yeah. And that affected you, and you started thinking things. And luckily, you caught yourself. Thank God you caught yourself, and you told others, and they said, do something, call somebody, get them admitted.
It was very, very rough. It was more than just like, I was like, literally, I had a plan. I had everything. But like I said...
Was it to bash your head in with a toaster
no.
in your bathtub? How it not to pull an OJ or make a light of this.
Okay. Yeah.
To pull an OJ Simpson, if you were to do it, how would you do it?
I mean, that's always been the question. Again, guys, this is super dark. Forgive me, but
we want to hear it though.
So at my disposal, it was going to be a hanging.
Ah, come on. Why do you gotta ape your guy Robin Williams? You know, come on. Can you drive your car into a river? That's the real way to do it.
You know what's so sad is sometimes this is so dark. Sometimes I thought about that, but in my head I'd go, but in my brain this is what I think is, well, my lady could sell my car and make some money out of this if I'm gone. That's what I think about. I don't want to inconvenience other people. So like me, even the thought, this is so weird that I'm saying this out loud now.
It's
even
fine.
with the hanging, this is how dark. The one thing that would always stop me, and don't get me wrong, my loved ones, my friends, you guys have helped carry me, but that's other big reason is I wouldn't want someone that I love to find me. That's what it is. I'd rather be like a cat. You know when a cat knows it's about to die and it goes and hides? That's...
You know that about cats.
Yeah, you know, cats do that when they get older and stuff. They're like, I'm going to die. A lot of the times they go and hide because they don't want to be found. That's kind of where my brain goes when I think of that, because I would hate myself knowing that my fiance had to find me like that.
That would be horrible. If I ever do it, I'm not going to do it. You shouldn't do it either. This is an informative podcast. But if I were to do it, I would want to drive into a river and set up a ramp. And then I drive halfway off of the ramp. So that way I twirl around into a lake. So I drive into it full speed ahead, halfway onto the ramp, and I twirl around off of it like a GTA stunt. And that way I go, Geronimo! And I go right into the lake.
You see,
so that way it's a spectacular ending to the end of my life.
But that's the thing, though. And I'm trying to say this, like, because a lot of my loved ones, and I do feel, it's almost, it pisses me off a little bit in a sense too, because all my loved ones kind of come at me like,
how you should die.
No. I'm talking about like after the fact when everything kind of settled, they were just like, how could you do that to us and stuff like that? And I'm like, I'm fine, thanks. Like, yeah. I understand, but ridiculing somebody, you got to forget that you're not there. When that happens mentally, you're like almost gone.
You're not really thinking about others. You kind of, is it a thing where you're not really thinking about others? You're just thinking about how you should go out?
And then every single time, the best way I can explain it, to my view, is, have you ever been, what's the longest you've ever stayed up?
Yeah, see, when I've stayed up for, I think 2 days.
Okay.
And I started thinking things.
So that's what I'm saying. Imagine your mindset like that. You know how, like, you start overthinking stuff? Everything is very agitating. like the littlest thing pisses you off because you're tired, you're cranky.
Yeah,
So it's like
different.
you, but it's not you. That's the best way I'm trying to explain to people, because a lot of the times with depression, it's a chemical imbalance in your fucking brain. So a lot of the times when you snap out of it, it makes you start hyperventilating. That's how a lot of the hyperventilating starts, because you're realizing what the fuck you were just about to do. So you're like, oh shit, and then bing, that's what happens like almost every time.
So you would think things in your body would catch on what you were thinking.
Yes, and it's almost like it's like a reflex, like your body was going to do it, and you actually open your mind and realize what you're about to do. Does that make sense? But it is what you're saying is correct. But it's hard to explain, man. Like, it's me, but it's not.
I get it. You're in an altered state, and before you commit to it, you catch yourself at the last second going,
it's
hold
like
up.
Being shit. Like, I've only been like shit-faced drunk once, but it's almost the same feeling where like you don't, that feeling of like you everything's tunnel vision and you're kind of there but you're not, and then you have something happen to where it sobers you up instantly and you're like, oh whoa, what the fuck. It's kind of like that, where you're just like,
and luckily you have that safety net to catch you, because
bingo.
Otherwise, fuck.
Well, what's
so
great about me
help.
being the autistic man that and you know me, I'm very loud and all the time. So when I'm not like that, my fiance, she instantly just zooms in and goes, what the fuck? He's not being him.
She knows you more than others. So yeah, she's around you more often than not.
So she instantly knew.
I know during that time, you were kind of like, well, when it came to like bullshitting and talking about
I didn't even stay around shows as much as I did. I would perform and then just go home, because I was like, everyone hates me, and I don't know why I'm out here.
Well, I will say this: if you're around more open mics, that makes you want to kill yourself too.
Oh yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. It's comics. To you newer comics, don't stick around at open mics. That'll drive you nuts as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you were not yourself. You would have moments and thoughts and plans of doing something, but luckily there was a safety net in you, a backup to let you know what you're going to do is not what you need to do. And then also you're surrounded by your fiance and others to catch you on how you're acting.
Like, I'm not even playing like that day. If I was single and I lived home alone, I don't think I'd be alive.
Thank God.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to be real with everybody, like, because I had to leave work because I started hyperventilating, freaking out, and my fiance and everybody was home and they knew, and that's why, like, right when I came home, they were like, we're taking you because of how you're talking and stuff like that, because I was like, fuck this, fuck everything, I'm done. But if I didn't have that,
I mean, that sounds like me every day going to an open mic.
No, like, truthfully, I was like, it was bad. Like, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have somebody waiting for me at the house. And that's why, another thing, because my stepdad, he's a very big gun man, and he's always trying to convince me to get a gun, and I'm like, no. Because it takes a one-hair decision, and it's like, everyone's like, my God, I'm being serious. Like, when you're in that mind state, because I've had moments where I've put stuff like around my neck, being like, here we go, and then I go, what the fuck am I doing? And then you kind of get out of it. That one trigger, you're done. You're fucking done.
That is true. When you put it like a thing around, you're like, you kind of feel
yeah.
silly around. You're like, I don't know if I could forget.
Yeah,
I'm not
like,
gonna do it.
and
but with a gun, you're just like,
it's one button.
Yeah.
You can go. You can even. I've like the first time.
Also, you don't want to. You don't want to like. You don't want to fight club it and miss it, and then you're paralyzed and you fucking fuck up your head for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So like, again, I hate being that dark and saying it, but like, it's the truth. Like, people don't realize it. Like, so that's why I try to tell people, like, if you are in this, like me, you gotta give yourself. You gotta like treat it. I don't even know. Treat it like if you're an alcoholic and you try to keep away from alcohol. You don't go to bars. Right? Give yourself, give your, you know what I'm trying to say though. Like, it's, if you make it more to where you can think more, it can save your fucking life, truly. So like me, I have that support system and stuff. So I came home right when I opened the door. I already have basically a bodyguard waiting, like her. She's ready. She goes, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" Like she wouldn't let me go, or
Yeah.
whatever. So if you have all these roadblocks, it can save your fucking life, truly.
And luckily, you were brutally honest with people too. I
Yeah,
remember during that time you were telling me like I'm not feeling great, and you were telling others. I mean, in your own personal life,
yeah.
you were very transparent with
And that's
everybody around
honestly
you.
why we haven't been did Maple-Baum for a little bit too. For this reason, it was because I was like, I don't have any energy, and the energy that I had, I would go on stage because that was the only place I fucking love being, and then I just had nothing, and I was like, I can't do a podcast. I can't.
Yeah, I was impressing him during that time. It
No,
was just like I
you
know he's
were
going through some shit.
tremendous. That's why Mark told me like that's what was funny is you're like you let me know when you're ready, and that's when I texted you and I was like, hey, I'm ready. I'm on Lexapro now. I'm feeling
Yeah.
better. Let's do this.
Yeah. I didn't press him about it. I was just like, he's gonna. I know Jordan. He goes through his own shit, so I'm not gonna press him on anything, force him to do anything. And so whenever the hell he wants to do the podcast, I'm fine with it. Also, during the time I had a really hustle show, so it was perfect time for you to
Yeah.
take a break off.
Well, that's why
Maple-Baum
like yeah, like I I don't know. I only, of course, tell my close friends like you, and I've talked to Kiefer about it a bunch of times. Like anybody, any comic that I've talked to about I trust you. So if you know you're out there, then you know what I mean. I love you.
I'm
And
not gonna say shit. When it comes to like, well, hey, how's Jordan doing? I'm like, oh, he's going through it, and that's all I said. I just
yeah,
he's going through it. I'm not gonna lead people on. I'm not gonna fucking tell everyone about what
yeah.
you're going through. That's
But
just about it. It's not my story
honestly,
to tell.
it's I honestly was very very. I felt so happy. Believe it or not, that show that's on that I recorded the mental hospital bit and put it on YouTube that night. I was so happy that night for the Dark and Darker
Yeah.
because so many comics were like coming up to me and giving me hugs and telling me how much like I've meant to them and how much like they would hate that I would be gone. And I know that it's some people like that's corny, but like believe it or not, that fucking meant a lot to me. And my favorite thing was what Branson said at the open mic when I was practicing that set. Was Branson said all these comics were going up there bombing their dick off, these new guys, and just sucking. He goes, man, all these comics are going to leave wanting to kill themselves. And I went up there and I killed it. He goes, because I did the mental health bit. And Branson goes, Jordan's the only comedian that goes up there and he wants to kill himself before he gets on the mic.
Yes.
Like, and that made me feel just, I love it when my friends make jokes and don't ignore it, like treat it like, oh, what, like, don't talk about it. He's going to be weird. Like, you guys are like, hey, haha, like, look at you.
No,
Still.
it's a very real bit. I think a lot of people like that bit because you
Yeah.
can tell you were going through it, and like Jordan, I mean, he's gonna be honest and talk about it, but also Jordan's got a worked out fucking joke about it too. He's gonna make sure he gets funny near the end. So
Well, but it also goes.
it's something cathartic for you to say,
Yeah.
and you actually mean it. It's for something for you to present to the crowd, and at the end of the day, at the end it's got to be funny, so you got to work it out. So it's pretty
Yeah.
good for everybody else, and not just like you admitting what's going on. But with Jordan, I knew he was going through something. It's personal. I'm gonna let him go through it. I don't want to be too involved during that time. I don't want to make sure I like texted and called you a little bit,
No, you
but
did a lot. Like, I was telling, that's something like Ashlyn was telling me how much she adores you because you were the only one I really told a lot about. She's like, you can tell Mark's a real friend because you would call me and just be like, hey, and I would think it's about a show or something. And you're just like, I just want to see how you're doing. Are you okay? I'm here for you,
just
buddy.
want to keep track and not badger you too much because
Yeah.
I know you're going through it. So I just wanted to make sure you're fine. And there's nothing. I knew you had your support with your people, so I knew I didn't want to overextend that and seem too in your face about whatever
No, you were
you're going
perfect.
through.
And what I love too is for those that love like and know Mark, like Mark, like your words of encouragement too. Just I could tell it was like you giving it your all. I don't know. It's just our phone calls, that when you call me, it would make me feel so good. So just know I very much appreciate it.
I don't have the best advice because I'm not like
It didn't matter because
anything.
I know you, and then the way you were talking, I can tell that you were fully. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just I know how you are as a person, and I can tell like it was you being supportive, being there, even though you weren't like hugging and being like one of those people, like, oh, it's okay, buddy. Like, you were just like, hey, you got this. Blah blah
I
blah.
don't hug anybody.
Yeah.
I'm weird. Okay,
That's what I'm
so
saying.
I
It's
don't.
you.
I don't hug and support everybody at all times, but I know you're going through a thing, so I knew you had your support in your inner circle.
Mm.
So just like keep track, see how he's doing, encourage him. Don't over in, don't overload him. Just let him do his thing. I think he should be okay, and he'll get through this. He's going through a phase. I've known so many people in my life that have gone through their phases and stuff and different adversities or whatever the hell. So I'm not gonna be like, "Woo," I'm not gonna like hug you and squeeze the life out of you. I just know keep track, encourage him. He's gonna get through this. This is another ordeal. Everybody goes through their shit, and I just want to make sure you had your support, but not suffocate you, annoy you,
Yeah, you did
and
tremendous.
pressure you.
Literally,
Because I know that's how it is with with people that are going through shit. It just see how they are, see how they're doing, keep track of them, and then they'll navigate it and go on from there. And if they don't, then they're dead. I don't know what to say. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna try to help out.
No, I get
if
you.
we
I get
decide
you.
to do it, well, fuck. What
No,
am I
yeah,
supposed
like
to
because
say?
there's only so much you can do, right? Like even for like Ashlyn, my partner, my love, she's literally like I tell people she makes me like she's on me about everything, health wise, everything. Like it's perfect. So it's like, but she has limitations. You have to have We're humans. She can't be there at when she's asleep. You know what I'm saying? Or like me and you talk at shows and stuff and all that jazz. But there's only so much you could do. But it's the effort that you put in for what you can do. You did above and beyond. That's what I'm trying to say.
I was stunned during the time there was somebody more agitated and depressed at Mike's than I was because I'm so used to being.
But that's the thing is I was so happy to be there, in a sense.
This was an outlet for you.
Yes.
To be like, fuck, fine, like it's something I like.
And it's so funny, because I was talking to my therapist about this actually. She saw one of my clips. That's how good I am with my therapist. She follows me. She saw my clip when I was at the May where
you just told your therapist to follow you to get you more likes so you get more traction on your videos.
No, she actually so I was telling her about clips and stuff and yada yada yada, and she said that she found me one day and just decided to follow me.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, she saw the clip where I had that heckler the one time, and I grabbed the wire and I started wrapping it around my neck, pretending I was gonna hang myself, and she was like, dude. She's like, it wasn't funny to me because like of what we've talked about. And I'm like, God damn it. So it's like, you know what I mean?
You should have told her this is a trope many comics have done in the past.
Yeah.
Many comics have wrapped a wire around their head on stage. Yeah.
And dude, it did great. It did good.
It got some good numbers. Come on, you can't get mad about it. Come on, it got some traction. It got some what do they call that? I don't know.
Can I be completely honest? I lost my train of thought completely.
It's fine.
But anyways,
it's okay.
Mark did fantastic.
You committed yourself. Luckily, admitted yourself.
We don't want to commit anything.
We want to admit yourself. So you admitted yourself. Your fiance Ashlyn helped you out with that. So you admitted yourself. So you went to a venue. You went to a facility. They helped you out. I have a few questions about this.
Yeah.
Question number one: when you went to this venue, and when you admitted
You're
yourself,
treating it like it's a comedy. So this venue.
Yes, this venue.
Facility.
Did you ask about opening a room at this venue?
I made a joke about it actually. Not in the moment, because in the moment it was very hyperventilating and like, you know what I mean? Like I was like spazzing out. But when I was there after a few hours, then and I calmed down, then me and my security guard, I was cracking jokes the whole time.
Question: you make any friends at this place?
Just my security guard. They lock you in a room. They take all your clothes. They just give you basically just paper clothes like scrubs, and they give you. I got the grippy socks. I actually kept them. They're fucking comfy.
Those are the best socks. They should sell those at the
they should.
Hey. I know we get these at hospitals and shit like that. Those grippy socks, those should be at other places. I want those grippy socks. Those look good.
I kept them because I was like, these are hella comfy. At least I get something out of this. But no, I had two security guards that night. The first security guard fucking hated her. She was just rude on her phone. You could tell she hated her fucking job. But to be fair, I don't know. Like I told, like in my bit, like, cause it's like an ER kind of facility. So like there'd be people that actually are there for real emergencies, or there's people that lost their mind. Like me, it's, oh, I want to kill myself. And then there's some guy that's like ripping his hair. Like there was some dude, he was pulling his hair out of his fucking head. That's how crazy he was. And there was a guy just jacking off. That's why I made the nut house joke, because I'm like, that's why it's the nut house, because hella people were just always touching themselves in there.
I mean, here's the deal with a place like that. I mean, people have their needs, you know, and I mean, you're getting personal on here, so I'll get personal on here too. I jack off every day, and I have my needs, so I can only imagine if you're at a nut house. I don't want to call it a nut house, but you know what I'm getting at. A whatever you want to call this place, you have to do it. You have to do it.
But the thing is there, like, I could somewhat be like, you know, let's say you're in your room and doing it. Sure. They were in just the lobby. Like with other people.
Have they been there? Do you know how long they've been there?
That's what I'm trying to say is, exactly. Like I was in the lobby. I think me just being in the lobby, I was in the lobby area for 2 to 3 hours. But I think I could hold off on my load until I get the room. But you think you would, but there's no privacy at all. There's always somebody watching you. Even when I went to go use the restroom, they had to keep the bathroom door open and watch me pee.
They had to. Oh, because you know, you're thinking about things. So we got to keep track of you.
I was surprised. One thing, I had a friend who also got admitted, and he was pissed because I was telling him the stories and stuff. And he goes, "Oh yeah, they made me take off my piercings and stuff." I was like, "They didn't take off my piercings." He's like, "What?" He was like pissed. He goes, "They made me take off all my jewelry. I had you know how I was wearing a headband? They didn't take my headband." He goes, "You could have hung yourself with that." What the hell? I'm like, "Where?" When you go into the room too, they had cupboards and drawers, and they zip tied them all shut.
Oh wow! Look at
in front of me, and I was like, I could break those. I was telling myself, I was like, if I get bored, I might try to open them. But then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, they might try to lock me in here more if I fuck around. So I was trying to be as polite as possible, but after a while, you're like, I don't know, dude. I'm losing. It was literally like, I'm talking like you're looking at a blank wall. There's no books, no nothing. No TV, no phone, nothing.
You were there for 2 days or 1 day?
1 day. I was there. I got admitted at like 3 p.m. and I didn't leave until 2 a.m. the next day.
Okay.
So not a full like 24 hours, but they wanted to hold me more. But
they just try to make suicide hard for you or boring for you.
Honestly, to be completely honest, I don't want to say that. Never mind. Fuck it. I'll say whatever.
Okay.
In my opinion, in that moment of time, I'm trying to see how I can say this without sounding weird. Yeah, it sucked so bad, like being locked in there with nothing, that it just out of boredom.
They made suicide seem gay for you.
What?
Make it seem dorky and lame for you is what they're doing.
No, I think what I was gonna say is, and I hope somebody, not that my voice is gonna change anything, but in my opinion, if you're somebody that can hurt yourself by being alone with your thoughts, maybe don't lock them in a room where they're alone with their thoughts. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They locked me in a room for 9 to 10 hours straight with nothing to distract me.
Well,
during my peak of I want to die, I want to kill myself. Yeah, I have security to help, but in my head I can be like, yo, I can see why somebody would act even crazier. You just locked them in a fucking room with nothing. Give me a puzzle.
Maybe it's just like nothing. Just calm down, relax. There's nothing to do, and that's about it. You have no other option but to go to sleep. Maybe that's what they think.
I tried, but
it's
they can't shut your door, and they leave your lights on so they can watch you. So literally, you just hear. Imagine being in a busy hospital. You just hear the beep, 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 and people screaming, this, that, and I'm like, can you shut the door? They're like, no, we have to watch you. And I'm like, I was trying to sleep, I couldn't. It was so fucking loud and so bright. You can ask my mom.
Did you get any sleep? Did you get any sleep that night or nah?
Nope, I was awake the entire time. I'm not even kidding you, Mark. I was like this the entire time. I laid down here and there. I tried.
You didn't see any nurse? Was there any nurses, like a nurse Ratchet from
I think they were all just. They all kind of looked at you like you were scary. Like they didn't know what you were gonna do. You know what I'm trying to say? Which I would probably be the same way, but they kind of would be like, "Hey, are you hungry? You want something to eat here?" And then like,
how was the food? Did you get any food?
Ass,
ass,
straight ass. Literally,
worse than Laughs Unlimited? No way,
Mark.
Okay, I get shit talking that. That's the most offensive thing we got to worry about this podcast. Me shit talking Laughs Unlimited's food.
Don't do that.
I don't care. Fuck them. That's a real mental house right there. That's a real nut house.
Stop.
All right, censor that. That's what I gotta say. Censor that part. Anyway, okay. So they didn't give you the best food over there, yeah?
No, I don't even know what it was. It was like some chicken stew thing, but it was like microwaved. The only good thing was when I got the second security guard. So the first security guard was just like, by the way, they only hire heavyset people, which is fine. But like, I was, this is kind of fucked up because I was looking at the security guard and I was like, I could hella run out of here. I hella could. They're not gonna catch me. I'm not that. And you know me. I'm not that athletic, but compared to these guys, like they were both like 350. They were pretty big. But
why didn't you test them?
Because if I would have ran out, they would have fucking put me in a straitjacket or something. So I didn't want to do that. I was trying So the whole thing was I had to act in my best behavior and be chill because they have.
Did you think they were gonna put you in the hole for 30 days?
Maybe. It fucking felt like prison shit. But the whole point was to get you out and see if you were still in that erratic state. And then once they're like, oh, you're chill. Do you feel comfortable leaving? And then they had to have my mom and my fiance come in. And they're like, who's his caretaker? All right. Do you feel like he's safe to come home?
Was that the next day?
Yeah, at like 2 a.m. I had to wake her up. And be like, can you come? And I went to the Kaiser facility in Manteca, which is funny because my security guard recognized me for doing comedy.
That's great.
He didn't know my name, but he's like, you're the emo gangster guy from Def Puppy, right?
That's great. Yeah, that's whenever we get recognized, that's always like,
I got recognized again last night at 7-Eleven.
Good.
And the guy was like, hey, you're the fucking emo guy. And I'm like, yeah. I felt so embarrassed because it was like midnight and me and the missus were like, let's go get Slurpees. And I was like, I look like shit. I was like, whatever. I put on my pink Crocs and I went in there to get Slurpees. And I'm literally like in a baggy ass, like, I look like shit. And the guy's like, oh, what's up? And I was like, oh, man. Why I got... He's like, nice Crocs. And I was like, yeah, thank you. But anyways,
you did get recognized over here.
Yeah. By the way, I want people to know this.
Look, damn it, you got recognized. So yes. At least, you got something. It's like doing bad gig. It's like doing a bad gig. You're like, okay, look, all this was horrible. I got to recognize those. It wasn't that
Yeah.
bad. It's like a
Well,
hell gig
fun
at a
fact
place.
though, the most I get recognized is in Lodi for Mark's shows. Fun fact. Because I
We
work in
care about our
Lodi.
comics over here. We like our comics over there. They recognize the comics over
I
here.
work in Lodi, and I've been recognized more at my job for Mark shows than anything. To be honest with you, I think I've been recognized for Bricks and Hops and Hutchins Street and graffiti. Graffiti the most, believe it or not. A lot of graffiti folks come to my work, and they're like, "Oh, is that still going on?" And I was like, "No, it's gone."
Rest in peace, graffiti
Yeah,
comedy.
but literally, shout out to Mark because literally in Lodi I get recognized the most. But anyways,
but you gotta recognize
Yeah.
at this facility, which is nice. So at least you got that out of it. What else do I want to say here? Let's see. I have a question here. We have a question. One time we made fun of the fact that I told you to go to God. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I've been trying to go to God. So this is about you.
Foreshadowing.
Question about you going to God. If you were to go to God, would he be disappointed by your appearance?
by
Explain.
my appearance,
by anything about you exactly.
he made me in his own image, Mark. How fucking
Well,
dare you?
We've seen many of God's mistakes before, so
Dude,
God
if
does.
you got into heaven, I don't even think the halo would be able to go around your fucking hair, my guy.
If I
You go
got
on the
into
spike right there. Okay.
if I got into heaven, it would recalibrate heaven.
Recalibrate.
It wouldn't make any sense. I mean, if I got into there, what the fuck then? It doesn't make any sense to others.
I feel like you would get into heaven.
I
honestly
you,
feel like if you're just not fucking murdering people, if you're not a bad person, then I feel like, you know what I mean. It's not hard.
that'd
That's
be
what I
weird.
think.
You're like, why is all of Epstein Island here? What the fuck? I went to heaven. Question. You did write some material. You have a really good bit. It seems personal. Did you write anything else for material going to this being admitted?
That I haven't said.
Yes.
The only thing I haven't said, and I just think it's too risky, was like I said, the security guard that I had near the end. I love that guy so much, the one that recognized me, because since he recognized me, he was trying to crack jokes, and we kind of had we bonded because he knew I was going through it, and he knew I was bored, so he just kept talking to me and shit like that. So he'd be like, I'd be like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom, and he'd be like, all right, and then he'd be very supportive, and he goes, you ain't gonna do some crazy shit, are you? I was like, no. He's like, I'll fucking kill you before you kill yourself. You better not do anything. Like, he'd make jokes. And he's like, hey, tell you what, if you make it through the whole night, alive and well, I'll give you the N-word pass. And I was like...
Did you use that N-word pass?
No, I still have it.
You still have it. You still have it in your back pocket, and you can use that one, yeah? This was a African-American disorderly, right?
No, it's a white guy. No. What if it was just a white guy? I'd be like, tell you what.
I'll tell you what. If you are good, hey, I will say this to you, okay? This is me as a friend, as a good friend, okay? If you're good for the rest of the year, and you don't have any bad thoughts or any hesitation marks or anything like that.
Hesitation marks is crazy.
I will give you the N-word pass for the rest of your life.
All right.
I'm gonna grant that towards you. If you're a good boy for the rest of the year, you don't think anything bad about yourself or any self-harm. I'm gonna grant you an N-word pass. No one could get mad about that because I'm trying to help out a good friend of mine. I think it's important for himself to take care of himself, and he's allowed to say the word. You agree with that?
No.
I think that's a good way to allow people to work on their mental health.
Yeah.
It's fine.
No. Mark,
Come on.
I don't think you have the authorization.
I think I do. I'm just trying to help out a friend with his mental health and to help him get through the days. If it makes you feel better to use that word,
no,
then it's fine.
Literally,
it's totally fine. I'm looking at you right now.
He said it, not me. He said,
I will say this as a friend and an ally to people who have been struggling. If it makes you feel any better, I grant you the pass to use the N word to make you feel better about yourself and get through your daily life. I don't want anybody to kill themselves right now. I'm looking at you right now. This is a very important episode of the Maple-Baum podcast. I'm just trying to help out people.
I didn't know episode 80 would be our last episode. That's crazy.
Would you want people to kill themselves versus using the N-word? Think about that.
I mean, you should be saying the N-word. A lot of the people
I don't want anybody killing themselves, though.
But if you're racist and like saying the N-word, then bye. You know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not hard. Like, that's what I find so hard when, like, there's those guys that are like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it so much. And I'm like, just don't say it. It's like those guys where it's like, hey, don't be a pedophile. And what do? They go be a pedophile. It's not bad. It's not hard to not do bad things.
I was just trying to...
Oh, I think your mic went out. Uh-oh. I think you unplugged. Oh, there it goes. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you were trying to what?
I'm just trying to help out our fan
He was
base.
saying the word, guys. God said no.
I didn't say the word. I'm just trying to help out our fan base. Cope with the trials and tribulations of their life.
How I use it, listen, it's like let's say he gave me the pass, right? I'm never going to cash it in, but I want to show people it's like, hey, this is how cool I am, right?
The N-word pass, it's like Money in the Bank in WWE. They hold it like a briefcase and they get cash anywhere they want.
How did we get here?
I don't know. I just found a way to get
All I'm saying is he gave me the pass. I said thank you. I'm never going to use it. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I hope it gives me some street cred, I guess. There you go.
Did you communicate with many people during this time or at the when you got admitted or nah?
Wait, you said what?
Did you communicate with other people at the venue of this place or nah? You just kind of kept to yourself.
What venue? What do you mean? Like anybody?
When you got admitted.
Oh, like did I talk to anybody there?
Yeah.
No, just the staff. Yeah, I wasn't really because I was only around people when I was in the lobby area, but the lobby area was, like I said, full of fucking people, batshit, whatever. So then they pull you from one lobby area to like another where it's like in the hospital setting, and that's where they kind of like check you. That's when they checked me for like cuts, and they just try to see if you are, they're like, hey, are you dying? Like, did you do anything to yourself? And then they make you pee in a cup to see if you were trying to overdose yourself. Yeah. So they just check, and that's when they have you stripped down and they put you in the hospital shit. So I didn't really get to see any other people other than like the staff and the security. But then like from my hospital bed, I could see like a cross, and I kind of feel shitty a little bit because there were some people that they ran out of rooms, so some people had to have a bed in the hallway.
Oh shit! It's like a hospital, like an overfilled hospital. God damn it!
So literally, I'm over here like freaking out. But there's, like I said, the guy that I saw pulling his hair, he had a gurney in the hallway, and they literally had to like restrain him down because he was like pulling his fucking hair out of his head. Like, that's how like out of it he was. So they said that he had a mental disorder, and then they said like they don't know if it was drug induced or if it was, so you know what I mean? So some people could be like just tweaked out of their mind, or it's people who are like mentally just not there. So yeah, and then there's just some people walking by and they're just chill, like doo, I'm here.
Did you feel like, you know what, better them than me, and you laid in your nice little bed?
To be honest, the bed was kind of weird. It was like a robot bed, so like
it was one of those like up down.
Yeah, but like it didn't. It felt like little balls compared to like a regular bed. If that makes sense. Like it felt weird. I don't know. But yeah, literally, I just was fucking, and it was the longest. And what's worse, the only thing, there's no pictures in here, nothing, just a fucking clock. So I literally was just watching the time go, and
No
literally
TV, nothing. That was it. You don't have enough
that's
phone.
the
Nothing.
all mental health hospital bit. I was writing that in my head while I was in there to try to keep myself sane. Because I was like, what can I make jokes about? This is fucking stupid. Let me make jokes about this.
You were mining. I always honestly think sometimes you went there to mine jokes for more material.
That's what the security guard
You
said.
needed another. You needed another 5 minutes. That's
He,
why you went over there.
the
You
security
wanted you
guard
needed
was
a
like,
new, and you did write a new bit. And I see right through this bullshit. You
he
were just trying to
literally,
get new material.
yeah,
You had right. I
$500 was worth it.
sometimes think you had writer's block, and that was what was going on.
$500 fucking dollars was worth it for that one night.
It was
in
only
there.
$500.
I got good insurance.
Oh,
You know what's crazy is my therapist helped me out because I don't make that much money, and I didn't even have to pay that. So
Don't
shout
you
out
need
to my
say that.
therapist.
You're gonna get shit. Why did you have to say that? You're gonna owe $500. Well,
Don't.
fucking, they're gonna track you down.
No,
You gotta.
no, literally. So how it works is with Kaiser, and anyone with Kaiser, listen to this. Like, if you don't make, they have a program where, like, if you don't make a certain amount a year, like, you send them your check stub. Like, literally, I sent them my check stubs, and they're like, "Holy shit, you're broke." And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Yeah, you don't have to pay it," and then they just clear it. But if you send them your check stubs, they're like, "Nah, you make enough. You can pay it." It depends on how big this is. Since it was like an overnight thing and I wasn't like getting, you know what I mean, hospitalization shit, where like, you know what I mean? So it wasn't that big a deal to where it was something they were able.
I think everybody just looks at you and they're like, "Nah, you don't need to pay." I swear that goes with every. If you went to a prostitute, she'd be like, "I got you."
I'd probably just want to talk.
I'll just talk to you. I'll help you. I'll blow you a little bit. That's about it. You don't need to pay. I got you.
I'll just be like, "Hey, like, what do you think of this new joke? What do you think?"
It's pretty funny. All right, I like you. You're cute.
Fucking
All right, I'll hook up with you. What? I don't care. Fucking who cares? So you stay there overnight. They got you some on some meds. We don't have to dive into that.
I'm on Lexapro. No.
And it's a process, so it's not like you're out of the woods. It's day by day kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And you're going, and you know you're progressing as you're going along. With Jordan, I don't badger him too much. I talk to him here and there, and I know not to press him too much about shit. So Jordan seems to be doing better. I do remember like a month and a half ago, he was like, "Whoa." So I didn't get on his case too much. So he's a good friend of mine. I'm not gonna badger him. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's serious. It's nothing to make light of. So people, if you're thinking of suicidal thoughts or anything like that, it is a bit of mine, but I do recommend you call this hotline 1-800-273-8255. That's the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. Get the help you need. And I believe the real number is I think 855.
Yeah, I think they made it smaller, yeah, so it's easier to remember.
But talk to your friends about this stuff. Provide them with help. But it's also good to not over embark on them and stress them out, because we all have our times where we think about stuff, and we think about stuff a lot. So make sure to talk to others that are friends of yours, family, about it, because I don't think sometimes it's seen as being how should I put this? Seen as weak, you know, to talk to people about this kind of stuff. It's not. Everybody has their emotional breaking points. I have a lot of them too. And there's a lot of BS we got to deal with their individual lives, and especially involving stand-up comedy. So talk to others, be honest. It's better to be honest than to hold it to ourselves and not say anything. So Jordan's a good friend of mine. I'm not gonna overload him and stuff like that, but I will call him from time to time, ask how he's doing, see how he's doing, and just go about it, but be light with it. So That's about it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not great at talking.
No,
I'm
dude.
not a PS.
Like I
I'm not a
said,
PSA person. So
with you, like that already means way more like than like you. I think you hit it right on the nose. Like seriously, like I know the most cliche thing you can hear when someone is depressed, and I kind of eye roll myself sometimes when I hear it, but like just talking. I think it was Patch Adams, the real Patch Adams, that
oh god,
says
not that fucking movie. All right, thank
no.
God.
This is like the real Patch Adams says. There's nothing that a conversation can't do that isn't already like I'm like butchering it, but basically like a conversation can mean a lot in the smallest ways. Even if someone does, it's just having that. Like I can't explain it. Like even when Mark, like I'd be like super. Like, I'm gonna admit this. Like there were some days I was super depressed, thinking about stuff, and then Mark would randomly call me, and he would just be like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, da da da." And he goes, "Oh, that's," and then he would just start like joking around, but you can tell he's trying to be like, "Hey, I'm here with you. I understand. I can tell you're going through something," but he doesn't necessarily. It's just that's what's so meaningful about having so many people in your life. Like I was talking about earlier, these emotional having these roadblocks, aka people around you and stuff like that. It really can help save your fucking life, and I truly mean that. And I know some people they're alone and stuff like that, but there are different ways, and things you can do.
Question is the best way to like come sometimes when you're feeling horrible about stuff and having ideas, just reach out. Do you calling somebody or just talk to anybody, just admitting anything, even if it's embarrassing, even if you have to cry, even if you have to expose what you're thinking about, just talk to anybody about it. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, even if you don't talk about it, just there's been times where I've been really out of it and depressed, and then I just will call or do something that I know that will make me in a better mood as a distraction, stuff like that. Because a lot of the times your brain, this is stuff like after fucking I got admitted and shit and got out. I had to take 8 weeks of outpatient, like rapid recovery, intensive outpatient, and they teach you this shit. It's basically like you got to distract your mind. That's literally what
Yeah.
it
You
is.
got to keep progressing, doing something, anything. Yeah.
So if you're feeling, yeah, like if you're in a hole and you're sad about being in the hole, if you just keep digging, you're gonna feel like more like shit. You gotta find a way to climb out of that fucking hole. So
Yeah.
like me, it's like, do I want to be at home alone, or do I want to go out and go to this open mic Mark's at? I know even if it's not the best mic, Mark's there. Me and him can talk shit, have fun. He's my friend. I'd rather go do that, and then it just kind of distracts me. Versus if I'm sitting at home alone with
Doing
my
nothing, doom
thoughts.
scrolling, all that bullshit. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really.
and again, like I know there's some people, their situations are different. It's a work in progress, and everyone has to build up their own formula. My formula can be completely different from what yours is, but mine, I love being goofy and like with friends. So the best Mark calling me, like I said, like Mark doesn't always call me up and be like, "I'm here for you." He'll just be like, "Dude, look at this fucking thing I wrote. Look at it." And then Mark will say some dumb shit and it makes me laugh, and I just forgot about what I was sad about. It's just because it's what I enjoy, which is comedy. He made me laugh. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be, let's talk about what you're feeling. It could just be, let's get you out of this and make you not think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I always to get kind of personal about me, I'm I get fueled by anger.
Hmm.
I'm gonna write a bit about this because I am fueled by anger and rage. So I have to keep moving and doing my thing because I that's how it fuels me. Is I have to keep moving and progressing and doing things to advance me and what I'm doing. If I dwell about and think too much about my own life, then I get all mad and discouraged and all this other kind of stuff. So I have to keep moving. I'm like a shark. Sharks have to keep moving, otherwise they die.
Right.
And when it comes to other people, I know not to overly dwell about. That's not me. That's not my how I talk to my friends. If they're going through a bad time, it's just to talk about them, let them do their thing. I'm here in support. I can't fully change how they are going to be. So I can joke about some bullshit, talk about other things going on, what they got to do, but I just kind of keep it light because I know I'm not going to be the major difference solver in whatever they got to go through, you know? So,
Yeah, and that's what I mean is like a simple conversation can make someone's day. Just don't be long story short, don't be a dick. Just
don't be a dick. And I don't
be
think
cool with
sometimes like,
everybody. You know what I mean?
don't be like, I'm there for you
But
if you need a hug.
that's not what I'm saying. So it's like, hey, like Mark, like I said, you'll be like, hey man, how you doing? And I'm like, oh man, like I just my brain and stuff. You're like, hey, I'm sorry, man. Well, listen, like you're doing great. We got that show on Friday. I'm excited for that show. We're gonna do our dark jokes. What jokes are you gonna tell? This, and then it's pulling them out of that cloud and into like fucking like, forget about that. Look at this is great.
Yeah, we got this thing going on. It's
Yeah,
gonna be good.
this
Okay?
house is
So,
on fire. It's like, well, let's take you out of the fucking house and let's go to the park. Like, yeah, the house
yeah,
is on fire.
we got a park. Your house is done, but
Yeah.
now you got to go to a park. Okay?
You're rebuild. We're gonna go camping. Ooh, camping's fun.
You lost your girlfriend, but you can now whack off.
Yeah, I mean, I could before, but yeah.
It's okay now. You're no longer sober. Now you get to get wasted. Okay, so there's that.
You know what's crazy?
I'm not the best fucking advice person, but I'm just like,
No, you're very good at being there, like being like I don't know. I'm just trying to give you credit. Like you've pulled me out of a lot of slumps, honestly. And even my fiance has said it. Where like I'll be like Mark's calling, and then I'll just be like, hey, what's up? Da, da, da. And then she goes, oh, like look at you guys being goofy, like, and that
this
pulls
is
you.
years. This is also years of calling Nick Michelson at midnight. So there's also that as well.
Yeah, love you, Nick. By the way, I told Mark, I was like, let's keep this episode short. We're already over an hour.
Oh, okay.
Which I was like, wow.
Whatever. It was a special episode.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys listening. If you tuned in the whole time, I appreciate Mark. This was like one of Mark's like ideas he had, and I was like, yeah, I would love to talk about it. And I just love how much genuinely, like, not even just funny question, but you had like genuinely like appealing, respectful questions about it. It is a very hard thing. It's a thing I am still kind of embarrassed about, but I'm trying to be more positive and show people that it's the human condition. This is
at the end of the day, I think this podcast was a little bit informative, a little bit of funny, and not gay. So we made sure to not make this overly gay and weird, like a special episode.
Not alone. Just
Like a special episode of Step by Step, or what was the other one? What was not Step by Step? What was the other one?
What was not Step by? I didn't.
Okay, there was Step by Step, and then there was Family Matters, and what was the other one with Bob Saget?
That's why can't I think of it?
Oh
what
God,
the fuck?
Full House.
Full House. What the fuck? I don't know why my brain malfunctioned. Full House.
There was, by the way, when I was a kid, there was a lot of hot women on Step by Step. So that's.
I didn't really watch Step by Step growing up.
I just remember there was a guy on that show that he was the funny guy. He was like the Jim Carrey of the bunch that kicked in a woman's stomach, and that made me like him more.
What the fuck?
Anyway, look, this was a very special episode of the Maple-Baum podcast. I think we're wrapping up soon.
Yeah. And then if anybody has questions or anything, you're more than welcome to DM me. As long as you're not fucking weird about it, you know. But if you're just like, hey, like, because some people like me, my whole thing was I was scared. I was scared to do it. But I am glad I did it. Yes, it was boring and like an experience. But like, if I didn't have that time of like somebody grabbing me and just being like, no, we're gonna watch you during this time of like distress. Like that's the reason why they're doing it. It's boring as shit, but it saved my life. So like, I hope that kind of makes people feel like the need to go get help when they need it, because that's just what it was. Like my family was like, we can't hold you right now. We got to have someone else do it, a professional to hold you.
Best thing was when you told others like, hey, this is how it's going, and they're like, okay. That's the best thing you could have done during that time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, who knows?
Yeah. That's the one beauty about me is I can never hide an emotion. So my fiance,
You can. If you're
it's
just
on my
like,
face. If I'm mad, you're like, he's pissed. Like I'm not gonna say who, but I remember I did a show and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was trying to hold it in, and Mark's like, "Jordan's mad, and I was like, Do I look that mad?" You're like, "Dude, you look pissed," and I was like,
oh
trying.
no, I like it. I'm pissed off at
trying.
crappy shows. Whenever I notice another comic's mad or depressed at another show, I'm like,
Because I'm so nice, and I'm like, this is ass, but I'm trying to be nice. And Mark's pointing and laughing, going, you look so mad. You look so. I'm like, I am. Stop.
Was this a show where there was only 2 people?
Maybe. Anyways,
whenever I'm in a bad show, I'm like, son of a bitch, goddamn.
Anyways, I love you, Mark. I love everybody. And again, like, I'll probably put all the extra stuff in the description if you guys need help or anything. If this is like be crazy if this is a wake up call to somebody, but who knows? You never know. You never fucking know. It happens. So,
you never know. I don't want to ask for. Man, we shouldn't even do plugs, right?
not this episode. We keep it fresh. You know what I mean? We'll just throw up an in loving memory of one of the cast members that passed away.
Look at me on my socials and find my shows. I'll keep it.
Yeah, we'll do another episode. Like, we're trying to be more on top of it. We're doing pretty good so far. But yeah, I'm really happy. I like doing weird episodes like this too. I want to do another episode where me and Mark rank types of movies, stuff like that. I think it'd be fun to do another one of the. We did Adam Sandler movies. Like we have a whole bunch of dumb ideas we want to do. I want to do one where we do like an episode at an open mic and just have a whole bunch of comics on and just bullshit. I think that'd be hella funny.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea at all. All right, hosers. If you're feeling bad, talk to other people about it. Be open about this kind of stuff. But it's nothing for me to say. I don't know. I'm awkward about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I can only talk to you. I'd be like, hey, I can give you some guidance, but I'm a work in progress as well. So I'm not the great citizen to give everyone advice.
You know what?
So,
that's perfect. You said that. From Carlos Rodriguez, love that man. He gave me advice in comedy, and I kind of use it more than just comedy. He always says, take what you believe in from another person, but not everything, and then take it from another person and build up your own personality, your own thing. For comedy, that's what you're supposed to do. I trust some things Mark say, but there's some stuff I don't trust. So I take the things that I do trust. And then this comic, you build up and you become your own person, right?
Yeah, I've always told Jordan, hey, you should drink yourself to sleep. And he's like, I don't think that's gonna work.
So yeah, like even with us tonight, there's gonna be some stuff you're probably like, that doesn't work for me. And then there's some stuff you might be like, I like that. And then, you could build up and become and do whatever makes you feel happy and works for you. So, but yeah, there's just what people handle depression a lot differently than I handle it. I'm very, hey, let's go be fun and be distracted. Some people want to sit down and have a full-on discussion about it and get it out of the way. I do that sometimes.
I have more anger than depression, so I channel my feelings into anger and rage.
What I learned in outpatient rapid recovery, a lot of the times, anger is just sadness.
Well, I got lots and lots of fucking sadness.
A lot of the times, it's because you don't want to immerse in the sadness, so it comes out as anger because you're more reliant on the anger than the sadness. Sometimes. Because you'd rather be macho and man than... I don't
know. The anger fuels me to do things.
Give me fuel, give me fire.
Don't mention one of the worst goddamn fucking Metallica albums.
Okay,
that was Load and Reload was when they were not doing great.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me a slice of cherry pie. That's what I think he says.
Anyway, that's about it.
Love you guys.
Do plugs. Fuck the plugs. I'm not doing it this week.
We'll have them next week, okay, guys? Thank you, guys. Also, I love you, Mark.
We don't have to end this podcast without doing our plugs. I love you too. That's about it.
What the?
That's not autistic.